Well, what more can you tell us about Fouad Mohamed Agad and how he was identified?
First of all, he was identified because his mother called the French authorities and told them that she was told from someone inside the Islamic State that her son died as a martyr and he was part of the Paris Commando. This is how they got to be on his path, if I may say so, and then they made DNA tests and it got confirmed that it was him. And this person is very known, as Abaoud before him. He was very present on social media. As you said, he joined Syria in 2013 among a group of almost 10 people from the same region of Strasbourg. He was with his brother. His brother today is in jail.
So that's a fact. You can confirm that.
Yes. All the members of this crew left Syria, went back here to France because they didn't want to stay there, and he was the only one left behind. He fought in Syria. He fought in Iraq. He was present on social media as late as October. And then today we knew that he was part of this commando, so he succeeded in going back to Europe and in being part of this commando, which is at this point all the persons who are identified in this commando. There's 3 persons who are still not identified, but all the persons who were identified are French citizens or citizens from Belgium, which tells us that it's a homegrown crew. Even the explosive expert is almost surely from Belgium, and the authorities there are trying to get their hands on him. So this is really new. It's a homegrown crew from A to Z. The arms were bought in Belgium, the plans were made here, and all the attackers up to this point, except 3 unidentified people yet, are European citizens.
And for those who went to Syria, how is it that they were able to come back to Europe, to France and to Belgium?
It's relatively easy to go back to Europe using fake passports or even real passports just by changing the photo, because we know today that the passports that were found belonged to Syrian regime soldiers, who died in Syria, and the passports were taken by the Islamic State and then used by those who came back using these passports, either through the refugees flew or in other means. But we have to remember also that not only jihadis are going back to Europe. We know that also Shia jihadis are among the refugees today seeking asylum in Europe. We know that Kurdish fighters are also among asylum seekers here in Europe. So all those people are former fighters. And we know also that even before the 13th of November, that people from the Islamic State managed to get to Europe for many reasons. For some of them to seek asylum, as simple as it is. And we know, for example, that people or French citizens are still trying to cross the border on the other way. Because I got in touch with a French youngster, he's 27 years old. 2 weeks ago, he decided to leave the Islamic State and to go to Turkey in order to come back to France. So he notified the French authorities. He crossed the border, not at a crossing, but in an illegal way. He got arrested by the Turkish authorities. He had a son, a 3-week son, and 2 daughters and a wife. They're all French. What's new about this is that the women and the children are going to be flown back to France, but this French citizen could be, since I had his family this morning, he could be the first French citizen to be judged for terrorism charges in Turkey. Because up to this point, they were given back to France or to any other country that they came from. But today, maybe, and I'm insisting on saying maybe, he could be the first French citizen to be trialed for terrorism charges in Turkey, and not just for illegal entry of the country.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Wassim.